women face a significant uphill climb in pursuit of workplace and societal equality. Despite increasing representation of women in business, there is still a vast divide between the genders. Our research shows that the barriers to women's progression exist at 3 levels, and meaningful change happens when organisations address all 3 of these. Societal barriers are the subtle and often unspoken cues that we all receive over the course of our lifetimes, which reinforce the ways in which men and women ought to think, feel and behave. Organisational barriers include the hurdles experienced in the workplace, a combination of systemic barriers and workplace cultures and norms which disadvantage women. Personal barriers relate to how women present in the workplace and some of the things we do or don't do that might hold ourselves back. Yet while many organisations focus their efforts on fixing women, the personal barriers are one small part of the jigsaw, and addressing these alone does not lead to sustainable change. Shape Talent have defined 8 guiding principles to help you identify and address these barriers in your organisation. Does the EDI plan enable greater talent attraction and retention? Does it allow for greater product innovation or connectivity with the customer? Without this link, it is difficult to engage the whole organisation and to achieve meaningful change. The top team must collectively walk the talk. It's important that the decisions and messages from the senior leadership team are truly aligned with the organisation's EDI messages. Creating truly inclusive workplaces normally involves a degree of culture change. To succeed, change programs require the involvement of frontline leaders, and giving them the skills and ability to lead inclusively will help them to be successful. In addition, it's important to consider how systems, structures and processes might need to be adapted in order to support the change goals. Too often we see organisations focus on the fads and trends that often permeate people practices. Choosing interventions which have been proven to work, such as anonymised CV screening, structured interviews and balanced candidate slates, are an important part of an effective EDI plan. Gender equality in the workplace cannot be achieved without the active support of all genders. But too often, men are overlooked in the pursuit of gender equality. It's important to consider the positive role that men can play in supporting gender equality and to take them on the journey. A strong bench of women for senior roles requires a pipeline of qualified women from which to draw. Attracting and developing women at all levels is key. And for sectors with few women, this might require a long-term approach with targeted awareness-raising campaigns to counter gender stereotypes and help attract more women to the industry. Gender, race, sexual orientation and ability, as well as other factors, are all subject to prejudice and exclusion, resulting in an uneven playing field. Taking positive action, such as women's development programs and targeted recruitment campaigns which attract more applications from women, can be powerful ways for organisations to level up. Prioritising your gender equity interventions will yield a far greater return than a scattergun approach. Think about the 2 or 3 things that you can do really well which will have the greatest impact on achieving meaningful change. So there are some practical tips you can use to take action on gender equality in your organisation. If you'd like to explore this further, you can start with the 3 barriers diagnostic on our website. There are also a range of helpful blogs and resources available, and we offer an exploratory 3 barriers session to help you get started on identifying the barriers at play in your company. If you're serious about gender equality and want to accelerate it in your organisation, we'd love to hear from you.